It was just another day at the airport, but little did anyone know something unforgettable was about to happen. It wasn't a usual farewell or a routine greeting. No, this time the world would witness a raw, emotional moment between two of the most beloved figures in K-pop, Jimin and Jungkook from BTS. A moment so powerful it left millions of fans, armies, gasping in shock and disbelief. If you're a fan, you know the bond these two share, it's undeniable. But what we saw that day, that was something deeper. The scene was set, crowded terminal, a sea of faces all eager for a glimpse of their idols. But even amidst the chaos, something stood out, a quiet moment of vulnerability. We all know that BTS is more than just a group of talented artists. They're brothers, family, who've supported each other through thick and thin. And on this day, they were about to show just how deep that bond runs. Cameras were rolling, capturing the excitement, the fan chants, the rush of energy that fills the air when BTS enters a room. But as the scene unfolded, no one expected what would happen next. Jimin, usually the bubbly, cheerful one, had a different energy that day. And there, in the middle of it all, was Jungkook, waiting for something, waiting for someone. His usual confident stance was softer now. Two locked eyes, and in that brief moment, it was as if the entire world stopped. Jimin, with tears welling up in his eyes, stepped toward Jungkook, as if he couldn't hold back the emotions any longer. His heart, no doubt heavy, was now exposed. And then he broke down. It wasn't just a tear or a sniffle. No, Jimin's tears fell freely, unrestrained, as he enveloped Jungkook in the tightest, most desperate hug. It was a moment that hit every army like a wave, unexpected yet so deeply familiar. You could feel the years of hard work, the exhaustion, the memories, and the unspoken words that had built up between them. And in that hug, they shared everything. Jungkook, always the strong one, held him not as a fellow member of BTS, but as a brother. He didn't need words. His embrace said it all. Cameras caught everything, but even the lens couldn't capture the depth of what was happening. Fans in the airport stood frozen, unable to process what they were witnessing. You could hear the collective gasp, followed by silence, then the sound of people crying, as armies all over the world felt that very same emotion. What was it that brought them to this point? Was it the end of a long journey? Was it the fear of a future apart? Or was it the overwhelming bond that had formed over years of being together, performing, and sharing every moment of their lives? To understand the gravity of this moment, we need to look back. Jungkook and Jimin have been through so much together. Their friendship, their shared hardships, and their love for ARMY have been the backbone of their journey. From the early days of struggling to make it to their rise as global superstars, they've been side by side, holding each other up. Every laugh, every tear, every song, they've shared it all. But this moment, this one was different. It wasn't about the fans, the fame, or the music. It was about them. Two brothers who had been through everything together, now facing the most emotional of farewells. It wasn't just a hug, it was a confession. Confession of love, of pain, of understanding. Kind of love that transcends the stage, the kind that makes you vulnerable, makes you human. And in that moment, every ARMY watching realized something, that the bond between Jimin and Jungkook is more than just a friendship. It's a lifelong connection that has shaped them both, and in turn, shaped BTS. As Jimin's tears soaked into Jungkook's shoulder, you could see the weight of years of camaraderie, of sacrifices made, of struggles faced, and of victories won. In that silent exchange, they didn't need to say a word. They understood each other perfectly. But what happens next is something you won't expect. The hug lasts longer than anyone anticipated, and when they finally pull apart, there's something in their eyes that tells a story far greater than any words could explain. So, what is the real story behind this emotional moment? Why did Jimin break down like this? Is there more to this story than meets the eye? We'll dive deeper into the untold truth behind this heartbreaking moment between Jimin and Jungkook, and explore the deep emotional journey of BTS. Stay tuned, because this is only the beginning. As Jimin pulled back from the hug, his face was a mix of relief and sorrow, as if he had finally let go of something he had been holding onto for so long. Jungkook, still holding on to him, whispered something inaudible, but it was clear from his expression that it was something that only the two of them could understand. The way Jimin looked at him, as though he was trying to say thank you without uttering a single word, those were the moments that left fans in awe. But what really struck ARMYs was how relatable this moment was. Who hasn't experienced a moment of vulnerability in front of a close friend? Who hasn't had to lean on someone when things got tough? It wasn't just the tears, it was the authenticity of the connection. In a world filled with glitz and glam, here were two individuals who were showing the world that it's okay to be human, it's okay to cry, and it's okay to lean on those we love. Think about it, BTS has been through it all. They've been together since their teenage years, and now they've reached global stardom. But what most people don't see is the weight of the journey they've carried, the struggles they've faced as a group, and the sacrifices they've made. Jimin and Jungkook's bond is a reflection of that journey, filled with growth, challenges, love, and a sense of brotherhood that goes beyond what we could ever imagine. And for them, this moment in the airport wasn't just another farewell. It was a moment of recognition for all that they had been through together. Their tears weren't just a sign of sadness. They were a symbol of gratitude for the incredible bond they had built over the years. A bond that can't be broken by distance, by time, or by fame. It's a bond that stands the test of everything life throws at them. As the fans who had witnessed the hug looked on, the reaction was immediate. Some wiped their eyes, others stood frozen, trying to grasp the depth of the moment. Social media erupted, with fans across the world sharing their thoughts, their tears, and their overwhelming love for the two members. It was a shared moment of vulnerability, one that made ARMYs feel even closer to the BTS members than before. Jimin and Jungkook, despite being global superstars, are just like us, people with emotions, with struggles, and with bonds that define who they are. That's what makes them so special to ARMY. They aren't just idols, they're our friends, our family, and in moments like this, they remind us of the power of love, support, and connection. But what happens after such a powerful moment? How does the story continue from here? Jimin and Jungkook have always been there for each other, but this moment raised a lot of questions. What does this emotional moment mean for their future together as a group? Will this bring them even closer or lead to new challenges that they'll have to face? We're just scratching the surface of this beautiful, heart-wrenching moment. And trust me, there's so much more to this story than what meets the eye. Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss what happens next. So, what do you think about this emotional moment between Jimin and Jungkook? Were you as shocked as the rest of ARMY? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us know how you felt watching this unfold. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more BTS moments, news, and behind-the-scenes stories. Keep the love flowing, and let's continue to support BTS through every high and low. Until next time, stay ARMY strong.